We pray for Ukraine or Ukraine.
And now, why did I say we are dead? Because we have eyes, but we don't see much. We only see from here to there. We have ears, but we don't hear much. We can only hear a little bit, a very short distance. And we don't hear the celestial music. We don't see the heavenly abode. Abode? Yeah? So we are blind, deaf, and dumb. Yeah. This is a pity. We have great eyes, great ears. We can hear 1,000 miles. We can hear from here to Taiwan. We can see from here to Germany. We can see from here to heaven. We can see from here to hell, and we don't use it. So we call ourselves deaf and dumb and dead. It is like that. We move within a limited space and time. We can walk about 200 miles and then we collapse. So we have no power. We can see only a little bit, and we can be awake only for a certain amount of hours, and then we have to close our eyes and sleep. But there is a person who never sleeps, who doesn't need sleep, who doesn't need to eat, who doesn't need to do anything, and he knows everything, he sees everything, he hears everything. That is our true selves. That's what we call God, Christ's power, or the Buddha nature. And we have to awaken that person. That's called awakening. After we awaken that person, we will be omnipresent. Slowly, slowly, we will become, I and my Father are one. We will know everything without knowledge. We will see everything without looking. We will hear everything without listening. Therefore, in the Bible it says, hearing you hear, but you do not understand. Seeing you see, but you do not perceive. That is the meaning. It's like what I have just been explaining to you. Seeing you see, but you do not perceive. Hearing you hear, but you do not understand. What is that hearing and not understanding? What is that seeing and not perceiving? It is because our seeing is not really seeing, but an illusion. The real world is beyond our physical eyes. The real world is beyond our physical ears. We have to awaken the real selves in order to experience, to perceive the real world. That is what the Bible means. By seeing you see, but you do not perceive. And after we are awakened, we are connected with the whole cosmos, with the whole universe. And then we are no longer working alone. We work with God power. We are connected like a network. You understand? Just like we are connected together by the radio television network or the telephone network. You understand? Just dial a number and then everybody knows what happens. Or just broadcast some news, and then the whole country, the whole world knows what happened in America or what happened in Taiwan. And that's a network. But this is a physical network, and we have a finer, a more subtle, a more super network. And that is what we call being a co-worker with God, a co-worker with the cosmos, a co-worker with the Buddha. That is what we call becoming a Buddha, becoming the all-knowing, mighty, omnipresent. And then you can stay here and talk, and then you can also at the same time appear in whatever country that needs your manifestation. That is called omnipresent. Then you can sit there and listen to me, and at the same time you can manifest many bodies and go to different countries or different places to help people who call you for help. That is being omnipresent. And that is a great goal that we should set before us and which we can achieve. And it's very easy by devoting about 1/10 of our everyday time, and we can achieve that in a short while. And even if we don't achieve this omnipresent status, we can achieve a great power and great benefit for ourselves, our relatives, our friends, our neighbors, and our countries. We can radiate light to heal all the many miseries in the world and can help many people. One of my disciples, he is a doctor. He's very young. He just graduated, understand? Just graduated. And he has no experience with surgery. But anytime he operates on anyone, that person, he is sure to recover in 2-3 days. And these people normally have no more hope. Like one case, today we were talking in the car again. One of my disciples, she's there. Her son is a doctor in Taiwan. And her son is very young and has no experience in surgery, just graduated, a new doctor. Normally, he's not allowed to do any independent operation. You know that, huh? A newly born doctor. But the many desperate cases is already nearly on the waiting list to death, so he can try. Anyhow, they will die, understand? Therefore, he can try his hand. And he tries, and then the person goes home in 2-3 days. Actually, already desperate, like the lungs are full of water. Eh? I'm speaking here, and the person is there, so you're not afraid I'm telling any lies. Today, we were driving here, we were talking again, and they kept thanking the master how much benefit they get and how much they can benefit others. Therefore, it became again a topic. Now that doctor, anytime he touches any person, that person immediately goes home. And other doctors say, how you do that? You understand? He doesn't know how even. This is just a very, very small aspect of this Christ power or the God power that I meant to convey to you, that you yourself have. Not that I will give to you or anyone gives to you. God gives it to us. We are born with it. God is so merciful that when He sent us into this world, He was worried that His children might be in want. So He provides us with anything, everything inside. It's just we forgot how to use it. And then we come here, we feel so lonely, helpless, powerless, and we are miserable. And we are unhappy. Therefore, the most happy person in the world is not really happy. Because if he doesn't know where his real happiness, where his everlasting happiness lies, then he is not really happy. So therefore, everybody has some kind of frustrated feeling something's missing, don't know what it is. Doesn't matter how much money we have, doesn't matter how beautiful our wives, our husbands are, somehow we don't feel completely satisfied. Just like when my disciple today mentioned, she is now fully happy inside, very satisfied. I said to her, I'm happy for you. And even then you don't practice very well. You're not very diligent. And you still have so much benefit. She said before, every day she got a headache, was dizzy. The whole body wasn't in order. And after initiation, of course, eating vegan. And now she's so healthy. Therefore, her family completely supports her. Thank God that she manifests some sign of physical benefit. Otherwise, the inner benefit, no one can tell. Understand? This is only physical manifestation, and so little as that. And even though she doesn't practice well, she's a lousy practitioner, I might say. I can say I'm happy for her, even with just a lousy devotion, you still can have so much benefit. Then do not doubt that a person who devoted completely body, speech, and mind, the whole body and heart for God. Understand? for the path, for the practice, of course she or he will get the healing power, the whole benefit of God's blessing, and then she or he can give it to others. So there's no doubt about that. That means even though she practices so lousily, she got so much, many other things that she's completely satisfied inside. Before she did not know what she lived for. She was depressed, this kind of depression. And now she's completely happy inside. And nobody knows that except seeing that her body is healthy and she has no more sickness and all these kind of things. This is petty, insignificant benefit. But that got some good points, because then her family is seeing that she doesn't go berserk. So they support her practice and do not hinder her. And that's the only good thing about that. Otherwise, this is not what we are looking for. The physical benefit is not worth our intention. It's just that what I mean is even a fraction, a small fraction of this power would change so much in our lives, our environments, and anyone that comes in touch with us, that we are so puzzled that this kind of power really exists. And it is nearly the 21st century. Quite nearly. Yes. What I mean is it is the very scientific era. And people, if they listen to this kind of my talk, they might think I'm talking about fairy tales. Therefore, it is difficult to convey our message to the world at large, however much I'm impatient to do so, and however much my disciples are excited to do so. They still have to be patient and play low. It is very pitiful, but there's no remedy for it. Even when Jesus was here, he did not save many people. Not many people followed him. And Buddha also, not many people followed him. Only after they died, then they became more famous. Why? Is it easier to worship a dead master? It's true. Because they have no words. Whatever you want to believe, he wouldn't correct you. Whatever your false faith, he would not scold you or would not hurt your ego. That is the meaning of that. So, after the master died, everybody come and worship and make a big deal, make pomp and show and everything. But when the master is alive, it's difficult. It's hard to survive, let alone to transmit any power or any doctrines. Therefore, in Chinese, we say, since ancient times, the real master's life is like a very delicate thread. It means easy to break it. The life of a master is very dangerous. They mean it like that. Because they are so ahead of their time that whatever they talk about, the majority would not understand and would not be able to accept.